right, welcome to the Phwealthy Podcast. Today I have a special guest, Zaid, in, and he's a software engineer. He has some software technology that Turo hosts and users can use. So today he's going to talk about that. Can you introduce yourself to the viewers and the listeners?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mark, for having me here. It's a pleasure. Yeah, my name is Zaid, as Mark told you guys, and I am currently heading one of the new tech startups that we started like few months ago. It's called One Now. I'm a co-founder there. We are developing technology to basically digitize the car rental businesses. And if we talk about a bit of my background, like for last 1.5 years, we started to work with a car rental company in New York. We got into a partnership, and we basically joined as the tech partners of that company. And we started to see how Turo works, how different platforms work, and we started from like 2 cars, just putting it out on Turo, and then we kind of scaled to 60 cars within a year. And within the middle of this, we were also doing business on Turo. We were also doing direct rentals. So we had to come up with some kind of tech part where we needed to have a website, we needed to have a mobile application, we needed to also help the operations team. And for that, we developed Terra dashboards, some other things around like financial models as well. We had our own customer service guys who were helping our team on the ground, communicating with people and all that stuff. So that is what I have been doing for last 1.5, 2 years, you can say, in this space, and that is how we ended up with our own company called One Now, and we are currently trying to help digitize the car rental businesses, and we also help Turo people get around people around all this. And one of the major things that I really want people to understand is like you need to have visibility over your fleet, and you need to understand a lot of metrics to make informed decision that takes you onto the path of growth. So this is like a brief introduction. Yeah, prior to that, I have worked as a part of the strategy team in Deutsche Telekom in Germany. I also worked with British American Tobacco in Hamburg, and I also worked in one of the startups in Munich called Taro. But now the current focus is solely on digitizing the car rental space.
Okay, awesome. That is very cool. So your software is not just for Turo, but it's also for get around, hire car, and also private rentals as well. Can you just talk
So
about?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
sorry
please.
about that. I was just
It was
making
easy.
sure clarifying. But can you just talk about really quick? Going from that 2 cars to 60 cars within a year. Just what were your biggest challenges with that? That made you think, hey, I think we need our own software or something.
Yeah, so that's a very good question. Thanks for asking it. I mean, obviously, when you start on Turo, you have to be, there are a few things that you need to be wary of. You need to understand what are your goals actually. How much do you want to make out of it? And how much time do you want to dedicate to it? So when we started, we were lucky enough that there were three guys in the New York. They were all looking at the operations as well. They were all looking to scale this business. So the biggest challenges, especially in the New York City, are around insurance. And it's very difficult to basically have a car rental business in New York. To be honest, you have to really understand the space. You have to hit up. You have to kiss 100 frogs to land up with one insurance broker that basically understands you. So I guess it was not a direct journey towards the direct rentals. When we had 2 cars, we saw some good revenues coming in. Then we invested with more cars, and I think it was around when we had 11 cars, we put it ourselves, some on financing, some on direct cash. Then we understood that we are getting in 3 4 months some direct customers as well, like repeat customers.
Hmm.
And we came off this point that it wouldn't be a bad idea to have something of our direct as well, so we can offer those repeat customers direct rentals as well someday. So we basically started with one thing. We started with creating a financial model that would actually tell if we have a business on Turo and if we have a business on we do business directly, what would be the numbers looking like? What would be the financials looking like? So I started to create this big financial model, and the numbers were looking fine because there was a cost of implementing the software, but that is like that kind of covers because the margin increases because you're not giving to Turo, but you need
Mm-hmm.
to have a specific strategy. And um, um, one of the best strategies that we got was we started our cars under management. So that would mean if you have an extra car, you can give it to us. We'll put it on the rentals. Whatever we earn, we are going to share with you. So we started with a landing page, with a website, with a nice social media strategy, and we kind of marketed this way that you can earn money by sitting at home by not doing anything, by just giving us your car. That really kind of helped us to scale the fleet to 60 cars, and lots of people trusted us because they could see our numbers, they could see the dashboard themselves, so the clients could see exactly what their numbers are. On the first day of the month till the 30th day of the month, they could see their car is running, how much dollars are increasing. So that was one of the coolest thing that gave us a lot of meaning, and it kind of helped us to scale.
Got
If
you.
you want, I can also, show you and share my screen around how we started and how we started to develop the product as well.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great. Can you pull that up so we can see that? And I also have another question. So, when you guys were going from the two cars to the 60 cars, those weren't necessarily all of your cars. How many cars would you say were yours, and how many cars were like joint venture cars?
So we had around 33 cars to our own selves that
Okay.
we invested in, and rest of the cars were all given to us by clients.
And then did you go out and like reach out to those clients to see if they want to put their car, or did they car on your platform, or did they just hear about what you were doing and say, hey, I want to put my car on there?
Yeah. So this is a really good question because first thing is you get to your family and friends and family. So they are the people looking at your progress. They are with you. You discuss your car rental business with them with excitement. So you need to be really and you need to be really transparent, and you need to give them good rates. For example, how much management cut would I keep out of that? So that is the starting point, that you keep that management cut low. You kind of may build a trust with people. You tell them what you are doing. Be really transparent because everyone wants to see the transparency around the revenues coming up. And one thing is for sure, you got to understand that you got to make more money than other investment avenues. So for example, how much do I get from the bank? How much can I get from the other kind of investment like stocks or bonds? So you need to understand what kind of return people would want from giving their cars. Are they good on the depreciation part? Are they good on the resale part? So you got to, would you be able to care for the car? What are the insurance things? So you need to put it out on the website, and you need to talk to people. You need to talk to them as a business partner. So we started initially with friends and family, but when we started our own landing page where we marketed this thing, that we have cars under management, we also marketed this on Facebook. We had a nice social media on LinkedIn, on Instagram. So when we picked some pace, people also started to approach. And then there can be, different kind of strategies that you can adopt. For example, you can go to few marketplaces where people are selling their cars. So you can basically
Mm,
talk to them like you're selling your car. It looks like a nice car. It fits in our limitation that we want, like the car shouldn't be of a certain excess of some mileage. For
mm-hmm.
example, if it's like more than 50, 70,000, then you're a bit wary of it because you need to understand that the operational expenses would increase. So you kind of set those limits that, hey, I can take the car of this mileage. It shouldn't be older than 2017, for example. So all of these things come into the play, and you can talk to those to the people in the marketplaces who are selling cars. So they can be also one of the personas. So you need to adopt different strategies so people can join the cars under management program. So we kind of employed this 2 to 3 tier strategy, and that is how we got friends and family, social media, and also going out to different marketplaces and reaching out people.
Okay, awesome. So this software that you made is for everyone, not just companies and businesses and everything. A personal, like just regular individual with their regular personal name can use this software as well, right? Awesome.
Yeah. So the way I would like to say is like, yes, my software, the people who starts with Turo, my software serves them as well. And the people who become big and have their own car rental websites or direct car rentals, they want to do that. I'm there as well. So I'm for the both, market segments because I worked on both platforms and I scaled, from the Turo to the direct rental side. So that is how I kind of developed the product. If you want, I can share my screen and show you how the journey started.
Yes, please. I won't ask any more questions.
You
I'm just
can on
kidding.
the way.
I
It's
will.
it's good. Okay, let me know when my screen is visible.
It is visible.
Okay. So while we thinking about creating the direct rental business also from the tour rental business, we exactly needed to see what kind of numbers are we going to look for. What are the returns that we'll be making? How much money do we need initially, and how much money we would have to keep us afloat with the cash flow and all that stuff. So we started with creating a financial model, and you can see that basically I created this kind of a small tool where you can change these inputs. You can see the number of cars, car price, down payment if you're going for the financing side of things. What would be the utilization on Turo? What would be the utilization on direct? What would be the total utilization looking like of your fleet? How many on average days per trip a trip is made for, like booking, how many days people are booking the car or the trip for, what is the daily average rate going on Turo, what is the daily average on D2C, how much is the project life years. Now this is important because as a business you need to know for how long are you going to employ a certain car. You can keep it on the mileage or you can keep it on the years. So we kind of thought maybe 2 years is the max. I mean, I would suggest even 1 year sometimes, but it largely depends on the car and the condition. But it shouldn't be more than 2 years on the car rental business because then you won't be able to, beat the depreciation. Now,
Mm.
if we talk about the depreciation, normally how much life you're giving to your car, exactly what the parking fees. So, for example, when you set up the direct rentals, you've got to be wary of one thing, that you need to park your car somewhere, and for that we need to have parking lot, and that is why you need to keep those costs there as well, and how much the parking spots cost. So these are some of the inputs that I thought would be critical. Even if I, for example, change it to 60, now the whole equation changes here. You can
Mm-hmm.
see that at 50, the number was the numbers are different. So you can see the project ROI and stuff. So at 50, you need to understand that how much rate or what kind of cars do you need so you can maintain certain kind of rates on your fleet. And then it's not something that is just made out of blue. I had the whole kind of each and every assumption that you can think about in this business. I have put it there, and it's like it took me a lot of time, but at the same time I would say we experienced a lot of stuff in between. Like sometimes there's insurance, sometimes GPS, or anything that comes out of the blue. I kind of employed that into the assumptions. So you can see there's a whole sheet of assumptions with even the minutest of details, like from the ground employee to the remote employee, the customer service we were using, to the how much R&D, insurance fees. It's a very well thought set of assumptions that we had. Even we employed what is the chance of occurrence of something, what is the chance of occurrence of roadside assistance, what is the chance of occurrence of secondary driver fee that we will be taking. So you got to think about the minutest of detail, from Stripe ID verification if you are doing the direct rental business. So all of these, I got it there, and we created this big financial pro forma for ourselves to understand how we will be doing in the next 2 to 3 years. And for that, you can see there's a whole P&L coming up. Then there's the balance sheet. You can look at your cash flows. You can look at your valuation. That I mean, went through the free cash flow method as well. Used the WAC thing, weighted average cost of capital. Used Avis and Nasdaq numbers to come up with this, and then the whole performer is there where you have all the assumptions again listed down. You can change them, or whatever is happening in your business differently. You can play around this and see what would be the numbers looking like. So
Mm-hmm.
this was the initial thing that we started with, and to see our numbers, where we'll be going. And then,
Well,
obviously, that was something that we had on the financial modeling side. But then, when the business grew, we wanted to see the visibility around our fleet, how each of our car is performing. So that is where we had to create a data dashboard. So, the numbers that basically Turo gives, it's okay, it's good, I mean, all right, but it's not so much detailed, and it's not. Sometimes you get confused whether it's like a per day analysis, is it through the trip analysis? What is this happening? So that is why I wanted visibility. How my direct rentals are doing, how my Turo rentals are doing. So these numbers, don't take it like actual numbers, but I just kept it for this call. So, for example, you can choose any kind of date here, and you can choose the source. If you want to see the statistics on Turo, if you want to see statistics only of direct rentals, you can select them. You can also select them both together. What are the different cars? You can even click one car to see all these stats. And then, obviously, as I discussed, that we had cars under management, so we had to see how our clients are performing. So I specifically wanted this for them as well. So we can also select one client and see how their stats are doing. So you can see I got like 10 top metrics that we wanted: revenue per trip, how much are the number of trips, revenue per day, utilization, what are total operational days, what is the direct percentages usage of the direct rentals, how much are the reimbursements, you understand that from Turo, what are the average travel days, what is the revenue per car that we are making in this month specifically. So these are all the stats that I wanted to see every day in my face in the morning, so I can, understand how my numbers are doing, how my fleet is doing. There's a little chart over there. You can see your daily revenue, and then it's a cumulative analysis. And then these are the points around the utilization, how your month is looking like. So you can understand what are the critical days where I need to have, employ maybe more people. I can employ someone on the freelance side of the things for handling the operations, so I can you can invest in different places. Then this dashboard also has the capability that you can see, each of the stats of a single car, and that kind of really helps it. And one of the coolest features that I wanted for myself was to, have an ability that I can export these statistics. So once I export these statistics, I can make decisions around my own kind of, in the Excel sheet, whatever I want. And then this is the analysis of the client, your different clients who gave you the cars, what are they doing, how are they performing, and this can also be, exported to Excel. So this was a dashboard that I created for myself. But what I did was, when I understood that people also would like to have it, I created a dashboard that was as simple as this, and it's now, up for the grabs. Anyone who wants to use this dashboard, they can come and sign up into the one now. I can give you the link as well. They can select their payment plan. At the moment, we have kept it like $50 per month, $500 per year. But This is not something that is final. I'm extremely flexible with people, and I can work with them. I would like to be more of a partner rather than a SaaS product just selling it. So we have got an onboarding detail how you can basically upload your reservation file from Turo. You just have to upload your file from Turo, and you will have these results in front of your face. So this is the dashboard. That is the first product that I created. After I wanted to start with one now.
Okay, okay. Wow. I mean, this is really like needed out there, is very like complex and informational. So I do have a question because it could get kind of complex and technical, with some people are not that good with software or using different like programs like this. Is there some kind of training videos that they can watch to get more up to speed on how to use this, or something else?
What I have done currently is like I have kept an onboarding process. In that onboarding process, I basically set my because at the moment I can do it. We don't have like 100,000 clients, so at the moment what I do is I've set with the people, but we are working on the tutorials that people when they basically want to sign up they can also watch those tutorials. I have a process of onboarding. I send them emails. I am open for calls at the moment. So in the initial phase, I kind of make the people learn how to use it, but it's like super easy. If even if I send people like an onboarding email, it's really easy to understand and they get it. It's like a very simple, two-step thing. So that is easy. And
Yeah.
one of the things that I'm doing currently is like I'm adding a lot of features in the basically the dashboard. So if I just go to just let me show you. So here you can see that here's the dashboard. So basically what I'm doing is I am employing now new strategies where I can actually have this ranked. So if we want to see from descending to ascending order, you can see which cars are performing better, which cars are not doing good, and you can also do like this. So basically it goes from the highest, the car that is making most of the money, to the lowest car. So
Mm-hmm.
these are some of the things that we are doing at the moment, and you can see that it's a very easy feature. You will see the upload file here. So once you upload the file, and then it's ta-da, you can see your rental stats here right in front of your face. So it's super easy at the moment. There are some capabilities that I'm creating on top of it. Currently, obviously, it's for Turo, but I'm adding the capability of Get Around. So people from Get Around can also now basically upload their files. I think I'll be done with within a week. And then one of the best things that I felt like was really important is around the expenses application. So just to go back, what you see here, you can see your revenues. Okay, the expense application that would be basically connected with the dashboard is called Pulse. So basically, it tells you the Pulse is the name that I came up with. Like you really need this. So you can see that in the expense application, this is your fleet. For example, you can select one car, BMW, and then you can add any kind of category that you feel like falls under some kind of expense. For example, you can add insurance here as well. You can see repair, car wash, ticket fine, tolls, expense. You can add expenses. You can add any kind of categories that would be stored specifically in a different way. And you can also see its view. You can also see its statistics. You can see exactly what kind of operational expenses are consuming you the highest, so you can make decisions around that, how to minimize that. So that basically you can tag an expense, you can add an invoice, and all of this would become part of your r- dashboard, and it would you would be able to see not only your revenue and how your fleet is performing, but here an extension would be you can see each and every expense that is occurring. You can reach towards the net income. So that is the goal that I'm trying to do. And another capability that I'm basically having is I would also include the capability of scheduling the maintenance of the cars. So, for example, if your car is going out for the booking and there's a time of engine oil or any kind of thing, you'll get a notification prior to that, so you don't have to worry about it. So, that is also something that I'm working on currently.
Okay, wow. You know what this reminds me of? Car Sync. You remember Car Sync? Did you ever use that?
Yeah, we all remember car sync. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, initially we used to have car sync. It was easy to navigate through your statistics. You could also download and stuff. But something happened, and Turo doesn't allow to use its API. That is why, I mean, I'm not even using Turo's API. So I'm just asking people to download their file and upload it in my dashboard because Turo doesn't allow any API connection, and I don't want to do that because it would be something that is not right. I can still do
Mm.
it, but I don't want to do it. I want to keep it on the transparent way.
Right. Yeah, well, this is very similar to Car Sync. One thing that I didn't see that I know Car Sync did was track your cars on the platform. Does your software do anything with like tracking, car tracking at all?
Yeah, I have been in communication with a couple of people, but obviously, what I'm doing currently is like my objective is to basically come up towards a full-fledged fleet management solution that I understand has a lot of gaps and that can be filled with a lot of stuff that I understand in this space now. So I'm first what I'm doing is I'm currently filling out the missing pieces that are not there in the industry, and then I will keep enhancing the capability around this. When I get more customers around the current products, that would be easy for me to fuel more development out of this thing. And we have a lot of plans around it. We have a team of tech people. We have got front end guys. We have got back end guys. They are good techies. I've got good designers. I've got a good social media marketing team. So I'm glad that way. And we are all now focused on developing one now and help people around this. One of the coolest thing that I also wanted to show to the people is also around how you can have a nice and smooth, direct rental websites that I made for self. I made We made for ourselves for Toko, and that is really important as well because when you do direct rental business, you got to understand that Turo is not there, so you got to have all those boxes checked when it comes to identity verification, insurance verification, proper rental agreements. You have got a company that can provide insurance to the non-insurance renters as well. So that is also one of the things that is really important.
Okay, do you guys offer any insurance or options with your software?
So yeah, I mean, if you can see into the website that we created, and we are offering people if they want to create a website for direct rental business, we can do it. Currently, obviously, we don't have a fleet management solution, so on the back end, we are working on it. How to, but we basically created this website on top of Fleetwire, but we can also create a website on top of any kind of fleet management solution. The only thing is that we would need to see if they provide the APIs to connect. So for example, you can see the smooth and seamless experience that we created on the website. You can select your location, you can select your pickup, drop off timings and all that stuff in step one. You can select in the step two your pickup location, your delivery location, and you can see the Google Map API integrated over there. Once on in the step three, you can select a car on the basis of your date and timing. And then once you select your car, you go into the primary driver verification. That is really important. You need to basically do your identity verification. So we have got Stripe identity integrated here, and then you can select your trip extras. There's a normal flow in the car rental. You can see pet fee, secondary driver, young driver, and if you select secondary driver, that will again ask for the identity verification. So we have integrated that. And step six, you can get your insurance verified.
Hmm.
from a platform. That is important. If you have a policy, if you are a policy holder, then you just need to click on this. It will open a window where you would just insert your policy number. It will be verified. We have used Excel as our insurance partner over here, and then we have got Bonza. So, for example, if a renter doesn't have insurance, then through Bonza we can offer them insurance that they can buy per day, and then you're done. You can see your receipt, you can see the agreement over there. You can download this, you can read it through, and you rent now. So that is the website flow that we created, and it covers the insurance plan as well. And I mean it's very important to have all of these steps in your website flow so you are kind of secure. And then we
Mm-hmm.
also created a mobile application as well. So if someone wants, of a brand things that their renters can be found on and they can use a mobile application, we have got that as well. You can see a seamless and smooth flow over here. And in 6 and 7 steps, you are done. So yeah, I mean, these are the things that I've currently, created, and I'm trying to reach out to the market. We'll keep enhancing our capabilities, and we have a lot in store coming up. So, if I show you the website that we created at the point, so kind of gives the whole picture around what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, so show me that website, but before you show me that, I just want to ask something because I see three different names and I just want you to clarify on these names. So I see Pulse, I see One Now, and then I see Toco.
Mm-hmm.
Are they all related? What are the differences with these names? Are they all the same company? Is it third parties? Can you just explain
Mhm.
that to the listeners and viewers?
Yeah, that is a very good question, and I understand the confusion around this right now going on. But I will explain. One Now is the main company. So One Now is the entity that we have at the moment, and just a minute. So One Now is the business entity that basically helps you digitize the car rental businesses. Let me show you. And Pulse is one of the product of One Now. So Pulse is a data dashboarding solution, but overall it's a product by One Now.
Mm.
And Toko, because I can't show people that is not there. I show this website because this is a website we created for Toko. So this is
Oh,
a live.
Toco is a rental car company, and you're just using them as an example.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
understood.
exactly. So this is an example of a business that we basically started from Turo, implemented a lot of things, and we kind of started this thing. So you can see the website over here, digitize your car rental business. This is what we aspire to do, fleet management software. We are in discussion with some of them, but at the moment this is something I really want to create myself. So we will be coming up with this, but you can have your own mobile application around car rental. You can have a customized website. You can have the data dashboard in the name of Pulse. We can do your social media automation. We can do your financials and accounting as well. So this is currently the website that we created. These are all the integrations, APIs, and partnerships that we are doing. And then this is really simple at the moment. Our pricing, if you want a website specially built on FleetWire, fleet management solution, we can offer you this much. If you want a dashboard, we can offer you in this much. This will give you all these features. And then the expense app that I just talked about is coming soon, and there are some add-ons. So for example, accounting, if you want to get your bookkeeping done, I have got clients, I have got resources. If you want your financial modeling forecasting help, I can do that as well. And I've got few resources who can do offshore customer service, and that is like, I think people need to understand, it's very important. And this is our team. This is me over here. This is Salah. Salah is like a very experienced digital transformation guy. He has spent like 20 years on Wall Street working in Deloitte, JP Morgan, Bank of America. He's a New Yorker, so he's a techie. He is big into the Bitcoin as well. And this is the team that, we are using. One of the clients around Fabio, one of the clients around the Pulse software. And yeah, this is what we're doing. And Pulse is here. I mean, this is the full-fledged product that I have launched as the first product of One Now. and you can basically see all of these statistics there. Currently, we're doing Turo. We can also do direct from these softwares, and we are also adding the capability around get around. And these are some FAQs. If you want, you can just register from here as well. So I hope now I answered your question around the confusion of One Now, Pulse, and Togo.
Yes, yes, it is very clear now. And Toko, and just to double clarify on that, Toko could be any rental agency's name, Toko or Phwealthy or XYZ company, right? On that website.
Exactly. So the one I showed you was a real thing. Toko is a real business that is
Mm-hmm.
going on. We worked with them for a year, but now we are not in the sync. So they are on their own way, and we chose the way of coming towards the technology part of the thing rather than staying in the car rental, doing the business ourselves. So we thought we'll just do the tech part of the things now.
Okay, okay, sounds good. Well,
But but the main thing is that the flow that you saw on the website for Toko, we can create the same website for any brand with the same flow or with a different flow as well. If a brand wants something else to be placed first, like I showed you, 6 7 step process of how to come towards the final booking. If a brand wants something else, they want some. Obviously, they want their own branding, they want their own perspective of what kind of website they want. So everything can be done. But that was an example of what we did with Toko.
okay. Okay, yeah. I mean, that was a very good presentation, and I feel like your software does have a lot of features that private rental car agencies do need to run their business, especially the insurance part. I mean, I love the insurance part about that because I feel like I do have a few cars on the Turo platform. I told you about that, and I've tried doing some just private rentals, and the insurance part makes it hard because some people don't have insurance, or some people, they may have insurance but it may not be like a reputable insurance company, and I'm just not sure if their insurance is good enough. So I think offering insurance is just like a huge solution for a lot of people, and
Yeah.
just to be covered. So if someone wants to sign up and make an account, how would you suggest that they go about that?
So, I mean, for the Pulse, it's really simple. You can just go onto the website, you can just select Pulse and you can sign up there. I'm also offering like 14 days free trial, and we can look into the discounts. If someone comes from you, I can give you a referral as well. You can give it to your audience so they can have some heavy discounts as well. Other than the Pulse, if they want to talk about any kind of topic around the car rental business, I'm open to have a conversation with people at the moment. I have my team as well, so they can set up a meeting with me, and I can even show them, I can guide them, I can guide the people, and we can see how we will be able to help each other. If they want a website or a mobile application, obviously it's not a sign up. It wouldn't be so easy as it is for dashboard because that is a proper product. When it comes to the mobile application and a website for car rental, then we will need to have 1 or 2 sessions together, and then we can come up with the product they want.
Okay, understood, understood. And then if people want to maybe send you an email or give you a call or even just follow you on social media, can you just share some of your contact information, whatever you feel comfortable with sharing?
Sure, I can share the LinkedIn, I can share the Instagram. We are on Facebook as well. You can have my email address that you can give to people, zed@declaration.com. Maybe you can just write it there as well. I will share it with you.
Sure.
So yeah, easy peasy. We are all here to understand the pain points people have. We need to understand those pain points and keep developing on it. So basically, it's substantial, and people can easily do their car rental business. They can ease down on the operation. So we are also open to anything at the moment. I mean, if people tell us their pain points, we can develop a specific product for that audience.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm definitely going to, push the product and tell other people about it because I feel like it's very needed in the industry today with just things changing all the time. So I think there's definitely like a good product there for everyone. So yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that. And then is there anything else that you want to share with the listeners and the audience before we get off of here?
Sure. I mean, why not? Obviously, people are looking to hustle around and to make money, but it's very important to have, calculated risks, and to understand those calculated risks and to take those calculated risks, you need to have some kind of, a back end. You need to understand those metrics. You need to understand those numbers, and if you want any kind of help, I'm here for a conversation. So, and good luck for Mark for your own channel as well. I mean,
Thank
you're
you.
doing a great job, and hope the best for you as well. And for anyone who want any kind of conversation, I'm here, and we are ready to go for you.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks again so much for taking the time out, explaining everything, getting your software and your message across. And yes, thank you for being on the Phwealthy Podcast. Everyone listening, don't forget to stay positive, healthy, wealthy, which is Phwealthy. And we'll see you on the next episode. All right, take
Thanks,
care.
bye bye.
Bye.